All right, let's go. I fucking post about this. I'm sick of the lies around Garrett Foster. I'm sick of it, and for once and for all, nobody's really broke it all the way fucking down every single detail of this. I'm gonna lay the facts straight, because the messaging and the attitude of the fucking gun community around Garrett Foster and the lies they fucking spread about him and the tribalistic, annoying cunt ass bullshit that they fucking do about Garrett Foster, I'm over it. Excuse the Vietnam fucking Baghdad that's going on outside because 4th of July is coming up. But we're going to break these down, all these lies about Garrett, one after another, especially after this all got brought up because they indicted fucking Daniel Perry. And that had been seen all over fucking Twitter. First off, Garrett Foster was some marxist Antifa dude who just came down there to start trouble. Okay, first, Garrett Foster was a Boogaloo boy. Garrett Foster was a Boogaloo boy. Garrett Foster was a libertarian, as it is marched here by Libertarian National Committee Chair Joe Bishop Henchman, former as of now. Garrett Foster joined the Libertarian Party in 2017. Okay? So Garrett Foster was not some fucking, like, commie, evil fucking whatever the fuck these conservatives want to put, okay? He was a Boogaloo boy. Front and center. And I'm going to get to a thing on the end of that as well, where some other people are going to catch some fucking smoke. All right? Other little details about Garrett Foster. The fact that the entire community came out for him. Why did the entire community came out for them? Because as is listed here in this local news right here, that Garrett had been going to the protest since the end of May. The protesters knew him because he helped the homeless out a lot. He fed them under the bridge every Wednesday. All right, so this narrative that he was just some scumbag looking for fucking violence is not the case. All right, he was a libertarian. He was interested in what was going on in BLM, and he was down there with his quadriplegic fucking wife. All right? So this whole thing of, oh, he just some fucking dirty Soros, that's a lie. It's been disproven. You say that again, I'm going to link this video. We're going to go through it. All right, part 2. Okay? The continual narrative that I see all the time of, oh, what was Daniel Perry supposed to do? Where was Daniel Perry supposed to go? They were blocking the road. Let's just pull up the video, okay? So, as we can see in the video, and this is a dash cam from someone on the opposite side, Daniel Perry is going to come up right here, all right? The road is open straight. The road is open to the left. The road is open behind Daniel Perry. There's only one direction to go that you don't want to go, and that's into the crowd of people. And he was not blocked in whatsoever. In fact, the very dash cam of this car, these people start driving, and the only reason this person puts their hand up is so they don't hit the people, and then he was going to let them continue on. Otherwise, this entire lane right here is open. This entire lane, Daniel Perry could have whipped a Yui. Daniel Perry could have drove straight. Daniel Perry could have taken a left, just like this guy did. Just turned out of the way. Would have had zero interactions with fucking protesters. But instead, he turns right into the crowd of people that he pulled up to a red light, stopped, had a moment to get his bearings, and then chose to drive into the people. And this is even the better part of this, okay? Is if we go to the next video, here, we play this. That's the front of the march, right? And then when the camera pans backwards, that's the end of the march. People are starting to break up there. So literally this is like a quarter of a block group of people marching down the street, okay? Conservatives like to play this thing of, oh, they were blocking the traffic. They were blocking this dude right here that's parked was literally driving behind them and pulled up behind them and was just following along, probably to make a turn, okay? This wasn't some million-man march blocking off the street or whatever. And I'm going to take this opportunity to break something else down for conservatives here, because this is something they don't seem to fucking understand, and it pisses me off so much. There's 3 kinds of street action, varying on the level of morality, okay? The first is a march. A march is when people are walking down the street in the street, okay? And you can say, oh, the street's for cars, blah, blah, blah. Well, hey, I have this video of Virginia gun owners in the street. I have a video at March for the Live where people are not only marching in the street, but there's fucking bagpipes in the street. I have this video of a Trump rally in DC. They're marching in the street. So I don't want to hear that. That's performative to me. Whenever you're like, they're marching in the street, that's for the people. Stay out of the fucking road. You only believe that when it's the other side, okay? So shut up. Y'all will get in the street just as much. It is normal to march in the street, okay? The second kind of thing that happens is street blocking. And there's two versions of that. There's blocking one street, and then there's occupying an intersection. I don't agree with that, and I don't think that's a good idea, personally. It depends on if you're letting people through, if you're only blocking one of the road, or if you're like letting people go around, if you're just standing in the middle of the intersection, or if you're being assholes to people that approach you or something like that. That's different. But the third one is freeway blocking, which I vehemently disagree with. And that's a stupid idea, and that's how people get fucking shot and ran over and dumb shit. Okay, that's stupid. But conservatives will take all three of these and merge them into one thing, which is not the case. And then, like I said, they'll say dumb shit like, oh, we'll just stay out of the street. As I've proven, conservatives do this all the time. Abortion, guns, Trump, they march in the street. People march in the street. It's normal. It's a thing that happens all the fucking time. So just get over it. All right? But then we're going to go to the actual shooting itself. Okay? So as we demonstrated here in this video, Daniel Perry pulls up to this red light, just runs through it, and just goes the one direction you shouldn't go. He didn't stop at the red light. He didn't try to go left. He didn't go straight. He pulled into the crowd. The one direction you didn't need to go. And then we get to Garrett Foster pointed a gun at Daniel Perry. All right? This is a lie. Everyone points to this picture, and this is hilarious that they point to this picture, okay? Because literally here, you can see that is the butt of Garrett Foster's rifle. That is the foregrip of Garrett Foster's rifle. It's pointed down. He's not pointing the gun at Daniel Perry, okay? And you'll notice something else in this video. Garrett is carrying a banner. One side of the banner, a really long banner. I think it's a 8-foot, 10-foot long one. Someone else is holding the other side of that. Okay? So I'm going to get up and I'm going to do a little performative dance for you guys here. All right? To explain how stupid this is. All right? This is what y'all are saying was justified because Garrett Foster was pointing a gun at Daniel Perry. And I'm going to stand exactly how Garrett Foster was, with his arms exactly how they were, with a rifle of similar length, to show that he pointed a rifle is bullshit from that picture where I just outlined his fucking gun. This right here, this is recreation of Daniel Foster. Okay? Right here. I'm about the same height as him. Okay? And pretty much the angle right here would be you sitting in your car. Okay? So Garrett Foster is like this, walking up. This is fucking low ready and not barely even low ready. He literally just has his hand on his fucking gun. Okay? While his arm's pulling a banner. This is on the video. Alright? He was not pointing the rifle at him. He did not have the rifle up. He didn't even have two hands on the fucking rifle, okay? Next thing I hear that Garrett Foster apparently did is that Garrett Foster charged him or went after him. Okay? We go back to this video. Garrett Foster is about right here in the crowd, holding that banner with one hand, with his hand on the rifle on the other, just like I demonstrated, pushing along his fucking quadriplegic wife, all right? He's right here. And the car, pull back a bit. He's about right here. The car pulls in, all right? So Garrett Foster was walking forward, and the vehicle pulls in maybe 4, 5, 6 feet away from him, and fucking slams on the brakes and whatever, and Garrett's sitting there with his quadriplegic wife. So Garrett didn't rush up. The car literally came to him more than Garrett came to the car. More distance was traveled for the vehicle to where Garrett Foster was standing, then Garrett Foster went to him. And there's another very important detail here that I want to bring up to these fucking fuds because they don't understand the situation and it pisses me off. And hopefully my audio capture will pick this up properly.
4 other shots.
Everybody back up! 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 Everybody back up!
That is the voice of Garrett Foster. That is the voice of Garrett Foster yelling for everybody to back up. Okay? So I'm going to try to put this in an empathetic way for you guys to understand. Okay? I'm going to put my brain into the brain of some like mega conservative, these are all Marxist, reds under the bread, fucking occupying our streets, all right? You come out of this bar right here, that's back here, or restaurant or whatever it is, all right? And you're a typical Texas guy, so you got a gun. And you see this car pull into this crowd, and you see people start running towards this car. And you're thinking, oh my God, these BLM people, they're going to kill that man like they do all over the country. So you pull your gun and yell at everybody to get back because you're trying to help this man. And the dude fucking puts 5 in your chest. That's what happened, okay? Garrett Foster was security for the event. What security does is de-escalate and handle conflict resolution. That's what we do. People fight, we break them up. Shit happens, we step in between. That's what the Boog has done the entire fucking time all over this country, dozens of times over. All right? Garrett Foster was walking up to that car, telling people to back up so he could see what was going to happen. Provide medical aid if anyone got hit by the car. Make sure nobody fucks that dude up if it was a mistake, or that dude fucks somebody up if he was on purpose. All right? That's what Garrett Foster was doing. So now that we got all the details of the car came up to Garrett Foster yelled at everyone to get back, and Garrett Foster was not pointing a rifle at Daniel Perry, then the entire fucking narrative falls apart. Oh, and that Daniel Foster was a libertarian who, as I point to this, was part of the Whiskey Warrior saga. This motherfucker was ready to jump in a car and drive to fucking protect a gun owner from getting his shit confiscated by the ATF. He was ready to do that for you people. And you throw him under the fucking bus because you're so tribalistic. So insanely tribalistic that you have to lie and make shit up about this man. Brave fucking hero Trump supporter Daniel Perry kills BLM commie Garrett Foster. That's not what happened. All right? That's a lie. I've broken down every fucking detail of this. Every part of this is a lie. And the arguments I hear around it are just so insane to me of like, well, if somebody's approaching me with a gun, then I'm shooting them. Well, then we can't have a Second Amendment in this country because you're proving the fucking liberals right. All right? The liberal argument is that we can't have an armed society and we can't open carry and shit like that because 2 people with guns will run into each other and just shoot and kill each other. Okay? That's bullshit. That's not what's fucking going on here. Honestly, genuinely, even as somebody who like Garrett is our boy. A lot of us knew Garrett personally. A lot of people fucking were standing next to that man while he died, all right? And all of us agree that if you think that that situation was just a horrible confluence of events and it was just a big mistake and there's no good guys or bad guys on any side, that's fine. That's perfectly fine. I don't necessarily agree with you, but I'm also biased. But that's fine. But if you lie, if you make shit up, if you fucking lie about who Garrett was, if you lied about what Garrett was doing, if you lied about the fucking situation, if you lied about Daniel Perry, fuck you. All right? You can think the situation was messed up. You can think even Daniel Perry, maybe in that situation, you would have shot him. But if you gloat over a good, dead man who was literally trying to help fucking Daniel Perry in that situation, you're a piece of shit. If you lie about that situation, you're a piece of shit. And you are no better than all the fucking lefties you complain about that jump to conclusions and act like team sports and have rules for thee and not for me. Okay? And then we're going to move on to the next part. The next part that pisses me off about the Garrett Foster situation is all of you shitlibs, all of you that have spent the last 6 months attacking me, attacking Fiorella, attacking fucking Nico, and all of these people about how the Boogs are evil and racist and blah, blah, blah. Y'all held a memorial for this man for months, well, sorry, probably weeks, because they stopped at a certain point, eulogized this man as a hero. You held a giant service for him. You fucking argued with Steven Crowder. You put up a petition that had 7,000 local people sign it. Okay? More of you. Talked about how great Garrett Foster was, demanded justice for Garrett Foster, called him one of you, called for solidarity together. Okay? And then you found out he was a Boogaloo boy. And then all of you shut the fuck up about it. And you stopped talking about it. And that's so bullshit to me. Vosh did an entire 27-minute stream eulogizing him, talking about how great Garrett Foster was and how his murderer is awful. And then y'all found out he was a Boogaloo boy. And then all your opinions fucking changed. And that's bullshit. How dare you stand on top of the fucking sacrifice of one of us and talk about how awful and horrible it was, and then turn around and call all of Garrett's friends white supremacists. Me, white supremacist. When you literally eulogized this fucking man, had a memorial for this fucking man, and then you found out who he was, and not even who, you knew who he was. You found out his association, which we are all like Garrett Foster. We all think like Garrett Foster. That is why we're in this movement, is to help people and make these protests less fucking violent and psychotic and crazy and get people to stop fighting and to protect protesters. That is why we're in this movement. And you're going to turn around and slander us while doing this. And now that Perry's indicted, I'm really curious if any of you are going to say shit about it. And if you do, if you're going to mention the fact that Garrett Foster was a fucking Boogaloo boy. I'm so curious. But while I'm shitting on all these fake fucking Twitter lefties, I'm going to give credit to one, and that's Chad Loader, to where Chad Loader really extensively covered the Garrett Foster situation, really cared about the Garrett Foster situation, found out he was a Boogaloo boy, and didn't change his opinion on it, and doesn't hide the fact that Garrett was a Boogaloo boy, and still talks about Garrett, and still brings Garrett up, and still brings up his widow. And he doesn't like us, and he still doesn't have a very positive opinion of us, but his opinion of us has been shaded by that. And whenever Garrett gets brought up, me and Chad can have like semi-positive conversations with that. So to Chad, big respect to it. But that's all I have to say. I feel like I've broken down systematically how these are all fucking lies. And just link this video. Link this video is going to have timestamps breaking down every lie in it, and we're going to clear this up. But Garrett Foster's memorial, his year anniversary, is at the end of this month. We're going to try to do something for him. And I swear to God, I will go full fucking shoes off, fucking jihad on any motherfucker I see keep lying about him. Any motherfucker. Because you have to deny reality with your own eyes to believe some of this shit. Who the fuck is blowing my phone up? All right, I'm going to cut it there. See y'all later.